Here we go again with Metropolis. Here she is again. She wants to know people, but they don't want to know her. She fears that they don't know why. She doesn't know why she doesn't know. She doesn't know why I know. She doesn't know anything. She's a great beauty, but she doesn't want to be hurt by people. This man wants to see her somewhere else. He wants to see her doing, living, being, whatever it is. But his father keeps saying, she is somebody special. She's somebody special to me. Please don't touch her. Please don't make her do things. Please don't make her say things. Please don't make her anything. She gets into trouble. He wants to know her bad. There's accoutrement here, people who take care of the kids, people who take care of her. She just wants to bring them in and show them things, but she doesn't want to know anything about the kids. She's very pretty and she's very solemn. He is not so pretty, but he thinks that she is somebody special and he wants to know her bad. The person he's with wants to know him, but he wants to know the beauty in rags. He wants to know why it is that she lives. What does she do? Why is she with all those children? She goes about the streets collecting the children and bringing them downstairs so that they can see that there's nothing to worry about. That there's a lot of plan, there's a lot of problem, there's a lot of people here, so that all their interests are looked after. He is sick with demands. He doesn't know why it is that she would be allowed in here, but he wants her out. He wants her out of here forever. He's thinking about her too much, and he leaves everybody else to starve. He wants to know who that is. His father thinks, please don't disturb what you have here. Please don't bother with what's already done. I need you to keep doing, to keep being, to keep having. But Father, he says that he doesn't want people thinking for themselves. He doesn't want people doing for themselves. He wants to take care of all of them. His father can't even explain who the hell that was. He wants to know more, but he can't. His father's a good player about things. Joseph is racking his brain thinking about what it is that I could be to that woman. He doesn't love at first sight. He just thinks that she is somebody like a troublemaker. Somebody who brings people down here to see what? To see what we have. Why? Those are beggars on the street. Joseph continues to deliberate in his head over what his father has said, but he can't figure out why it is that he can't get rid of this woman in his head. She's somebody special. He doesn't want to know about God. He doesn't want to know about religion. He doesn't pray. He doesn't want anything, but he's going to rush in there and try and find that woman. When he gets through the hallway, he's going to find her, and she's going to ask him not to be with them. She has a very nice life, and she doesn't want anybody bothering her. When she goes out into the street, she's just bringing children in to see and to know and to do better. Joseph's outside wondering what he can do to stop all this production and get her out of here, to get her to be normal, to get her to give us what it is that she has, however bestowed upon her. He is outside wandering around, thinking about it all, wondering and thinking, but he sees the big machine is breaking down and somebody's doing something to it to stop it. The machine won't keep working for people like him. It won't keep doing, but the people keep pulling, they keep making and keep having and keep striving, but the machine won't keep doing for people who do what he does, challenging the system. Now, all that steam being let out is something that people did not want. They don't want steam or hot. They don't want anything like that. So the machine is going berserk. It's trying to figure out what to do. He can't get it to respond correctly, and she was not supposed to be who she was, somebody contributing to an overall madness. She wants to know why it is that people like me contribute to an overall madness when I don't have anything to say or do. She is God's pet. God likes her. I like her. You like her. But something happened here, and that is that somebody raised a question they shouldn't have raised. They did something they shouldn't have done. These things, while false, a lot of show business, don't contribute to the overall happiness of people. So people have got to pay for this. They've got to pay for the question. This is literally barium rising. They have plenty of everything, but he shows them barium rising because he doesn't want them to think there isn't really a problem. The only problem is him, wandering about his father's shop. His father's one who does all the coordinating. Now somebody has an injury and he thinks that he's caused it. He thinks that he's integral to this some way. These are all actors, paid Prometheans, people who do what they do in order to get people like him to stop thinking that there's nothing here for people. A lot of these people look very nice. You'll notice their bodies speak of today's body and being nutritionally sound and having health care, pretty much everything they need. And now the Wizard of Oz type Godhead has appeared, and people think they're in trouble, no matter what. He is somebody who thinks that he contributed to a great mayhem, but he didn't do anything. It's not genuine with him anyway. Now they're throwing some bodies down into a pit, but these aren't real. They just do this, and it looks like this great sacrilege, but still, it's not real. They do it to impress upon people that they shouldn't have done what they did. They shouldn't have raised questions. They shouldn't have made a trouble. They shouldn't have asked anything. He thinks that he's in big trouble. He's not really sure what to say. A lot of people are being sacrificed. He thinks it's all real. If you don't know the difference between what's real and what's not real, then you shouldn't be there at all. It's a famous lesson with people not to touch things that they don't know what they're doing. But still, you can be smarter. Doesn't look good. But God says only what's needed, only when. It's not needed yet. Anyway, all these things are showing him that there's a great demise, and the machine is crumbling, and there's heat, and strokes. And he thinks he's really going to hell. People come decked down, and they clean up everything, and they put everything back in order, just the way it was before. Why is that? Because they've made their point to him. All these things are fake. But he thinks that, he's really gone to the limit, and he's really done something he shouldn't have done. That's what's funny about him. He just doesn't know anything. And he's going to rush in, he's going to try and make a difference for people after doing what he's done. He is truly scared. Whereas he says, I really don't know what I did, but I'm really afraid. I'm afraid. What do you think about people? Think about people. Think about people. Think about people. This machine is going again. It's getting up in strokes, and everything's going to be fine. But he's going to run out of there, just like he charged through those doors. He's going to try and leave. He thinks this is the Tower of Babel. What does that mean? The Tower of Babel was a tall tower that people kept making, spiraled around, and got higher and higher and higher. Then one day it just petered out. People think people really destroyed it. No, it's kind of interesting looking. It's going to be in here. People think I can't walk away with it. So anyway, he gets in his car and he takes off. And people think, holy watch out. In this Metropolis, this is all still underground, nothing's real. So he thinks he's going somewhere, but he's not going anywhere. He's really just in a car relaxing. What is the idea of Metropolis? Metropolis was made to make people think that there's a lot of commerce, there's a lot of salesmanship, there's a lot of exchange, there's a lot of this, a lot of that. What is the point of it really? What's the point of it really? When you're a guy, he tells people you don't see a lot of movement. The light and the dark give way to vapors, kind of. But this is really wow. And I liken it to an inverse relationship between people. Getting things ready and getting to understand and know, and then having nodes delivered on the other end, a node and a knowing really fast. People take their time, and they're assured, if anything, they're assured of things. In a way that thinking can't complete. Now we're going to take a little bit more of this. He's in his father's office somewhere else in the city, the complex, still underground. He wants to know what he can do to make amends. His father thinks, I don't know what you're talking about, but he has his actuaries there going through everything, making sure that there's nothing wrong, making sure that everything's right where it should be. The father keeps dictating. He's a good friend of God. God really likes this guy, by the way. He doesn't really like him. Why? Because people think he's a sound judgment and he doesn't raise his voice. He's a nice man. Those numbers falling in the background, or those characters, indicate to him what it is that he wants to see. When he wants to see it, other people can't really read it. One of them is oil deals. Are there a lot of oil deals? Are people really manufacturing everything they need to manufacture? What do they call it? Manufacturing, really? I think it's gross domestic product. For each person, there's an amount of product or amount of saleable item. And here comes the son rushing in. This is his first son, by the way. People act like we don't hate people, we don't want to, we don't hate any of these people, but he comes rushing into his father because he thinks he's done something he shouldn't have done. And his father lives in heaven, so he'll be assured. His father lives in, like a quasi of heaven. He's assured that there's nothing wrong. You'll see when he talks to him. He thinks his father is going to be very disappointed. His father, the old man. These are accountants, accoutrement. What's accoutrement? I mean, people who stand around waiting to know what to do. Accoutrement is usually like costume and uniform, and then the things that go with it, like a whip and medals and stuff. That's what I think about accoutrement. What's accoutrement? It's French. Accoutrement. It wouldn't be clothes, it would just be the extras. Like what? I just gave you the example. What do they make? Because they're thespians, right? They have to project. And he's saying to him, please, can I speak to my father? It's really urgent. I need to know my father right now. father's not available to him too much. Why? Because he crosses over here into the other world. And his father doesn't really want to be there too much. I won't say his father's a sexual plainer, but it's like that. You got born here. It's a long movie, so just take your time and watch one. When he gets back to her, that's going to be where the fun starts. Anyway, he keeps telling his father what he did. And people, they don't know what to do. They don't know why it's so urgent. It just really is wrong. Do you think it's really wrong from your parents? Really, they have the keys for this. We call it Tom of Baron. T-H-O-M. What is about Tom of Baron means that you ask your parents if it's okay, and if you continue another day. Well, they really better see it. Now, he wants to know why it is that he didn't get to know the explicit, because this is really no problem. I mean, they live in heaven. You'll remember that. Let's give a break right now, okay? This stuff isn't necessarily exciting, but it will be when they get the girl back on. The girl is fun.